Well, another night in the kitchen.
Another
2 lonely guys in the kitchen. Hi, guy. How you
Speak for
doing?
yourself. I got you.
I
In
smell.
the kitchen, yeah.
I smell fish already. So I will bet there's a fish dish somewhere in here.
Good nose. Yes, we're doing a hot sour prawn soup, and we're also going to be doing a fish chowder.
How do you find a sour prawn? Find one who's in a really bad mood. Give me a hug. No. Let's start with a hug. Okay. We'll come back to hot sour prawn soup
sour-
and what?
And a fish chowder using our native whitefish.
Can hardly wait,
From
but we'll have
Manitoba
to.
waters.
But only for a few moments. We'll come back.
And
I'll get
prawns
my
from the
apron.
ocean.
We'll be underway. Shut up.
Sour prawns.
Okay. Fine. Okay. Right.
This is called a long flat red.
I went out with her, I believe.
Food Fairs, 2 grumpy guys in the kitchen, brought to you by Food Fair. Expect the best from Food Fair. And by Done Right Foods, the finest label for your table.
I notice you've given me a potato peeler. I will bet a buck you want me to peel potatoes.
Potato.
Potato.
Yes, you have to peel those for the chowder because
For the chowder.
potatoes are part of a good fish chowder.
Well, of course they are, Lee.
And I'm gonna experiment a little bit.
Every boob knows that.
I'm going to experiment a little bit.
Oh, good.
What I'm going to do is use the whitefish for the chowder.
Whitefish,
And there's scallops and there's prawns that you can use for this soup.
Well, if you're making hot, sour prawn soup, of course you'd need prawns.
We're going to try something different.
What are we going to try?
Try put some scallops in it too.
Oh, so it's a hot prawn, sour
We're going to
scallop.
have a nice, beautiful seafood.
It's like what do you call them?
Okay.
Seafood chowders. Pretty much, eh?
We better start the frying pan here, or we're going to be here again.
Start the frying pan.
Okay, and we got to put a little butter in there. Little butter.
I don't think you turn that on.
Well, it's coming on.
Is it?
Takes a little while to warm up.
You want me to start on these potatoes right away?
Yes, please.
These potatoes have seen better days.
Well, no, they've been parboiled. You kind of boil them a little ahead of time so that they're fairly soft because you don't want to sit there and wait for potatoes to cook all up because your fish
course
will
you
go to
don't.
all pieces.
Yeah.
You'll have nothing but a mash and a
And
mess.
it would be terrible, yeah.
Absolutely. So what we're going to do, these portobello mushrooms, not portobello mushrooms. What am I
Make
talking
up your
about?
mind. What are they?
Yeah.
Are they portobello mushrooms or not?
There's so many good mushrooms around these days.
You give me a rickshaw and I can take you all over Hong Kong.
Now, you didn't put that on your hair. did you?
No, I didn't put it on my hair.
All right. Lemongrass.
I beg pardon?
This is lemongrass.
Ooh, can I smell it?
Well, I'll tell you
Can I
what.
put my hands on it and smell it?
Better still, what I want you to do with it, put a little bit on the end of your tongue.
Put what on the end of my tongue?
It's lemongrass,
All right.
and it tastes like lemon. It's from Southeast Asia, and I actually bought this at a local supermarket during the summertime, where the fellow grows them in little pots, and you keep them at home, transplanted during the wintertime.
He does, eh? That's what he
And,
does with his life.
And it gives a beautiful flavor.
Yes.
So we're going to chop
Grows them in little pots.
little pots. You don't want them too big because you don't want people choking on your soup.
No,
Although
you don't.
there are times.
I'm thinking about it right now.
But you see, you can buy these at some Chinese specialty shops as well.
Lemongrass, it's called.
Lemongrass.
Okay.
But you have to soak it for about 3 days because it's really hard.
Well, I don't notice that you've soaked. Have you soaked this stuff?
No, because it's fresh. I just picked it off my plant this
Well, then
morning.
why do you have to soak it if you didn't soak it?
Not everybody has a plant.
You don't make any sense to me. Could you want this back?
Okay, no, you can have it. Keep it with my blessings. Kaffir lime leaves
I'll put it behind my ear.
are again
Then I'll
difficult.
smell
I'm,
like
I'm trying to
lemongrass.
make this as simple as possible for you.
All right.
Kaffir lime leaves are.
What are you making?
again,
Chowder.
yeah.
Okay,
I'm making hot
lime
prawn
leaves.
soup. I'm doing the hot soup first.
Oh, okay. Hot
And-
sour prawn
and-
soup with scallops.
And there's a Chinese ginger called galanga, which you can buy in a solid state.
Galunga?
Galanga.
That doesn't sound Chinese to me. Sounds like something you'd hear in a Tarzan movie. Oh, Galunga. You know when he follows up the elephants? Don't step in the Galunga. You remember that line? Yeah, well,
That was a politician, wasn't
I'm just thinking about it. You want me to start these potatoes, or can I?
it? Well, of course I want you to start
Oh,
the
okay.
potatoes.
What did I do with my thing? My potato
Your
peeler.
potato
Here it is.
peeler?
Yes.
Okay, you cut that, and I'll be doing this.
I cut what? Oh, the potato peel. You parboil these, eh?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Since you parboil them, you can't peel the thing. You just,
Take off a bigger chunk than that, or use a knife. You want a knife?
well,
Have a knife.
here,
Try
let me
that.
try this.
Okay, anyway, we got the ginger. We're gonna chop that up. into
Ginger, galaganga,
Galanga.
galunga.
But I'm trying to make
Lime,
it simple
what are you doing
for
with
the
the
folks
lime?
at home. Well, instead of kaffir lime leaves, I'm going to use lime juice.
Lee, you never finish a sentence. You always start saying something, and then you say something else that interferes with what you said in the first place, so nobody can follow you. Now, what's galunga?
Galanga is ginger. It's a
okay.
southeast ginger.
Well, why don't you call it
Okay,
ginger?
whitefish fillets,
Yep,
deboned.
right,
Make sure,
of course.
because if you don't, somebody get a bone stuck in their throat.
You know what?
Then you're going to have.
It's a funny thing
bread.
about the English language, but deboned is the same as boned.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like gruntled is the same as disgruntled, I think. And iterate is the same as reiterate. Did you know any of that?
You're reiterating.
You spent too much time in the kitchen cutting galanga, if you want my opinion. There's a joke in there, but I don't think I'll use it just yet.
To the beauty of
Something's fallen off the table here.
this.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a little shaky here.
Well, yes. If I cooked like you, I'd be a little shaky too. When do you want these potatoes done? Tuesday, Wednesday?
Make them done now if you could do them.
Well, I'm doing the best I can, but since you parboiled them, it takes quite a bit.
We're just going to brown that a little bit.
You're making soup here, are you?
Yeah, but I want to brown the fish a little
So
bit.
it's a fish soup that
We
you're
get
making.
two different soups going here at the same time.
How did you
with
do
the
that?
lids. Off with the lids. See?
There's nothing in there.
I'll put them over here.
Okay.
Because I have to
You know
assemble
what?
this stuff.
You could bang them together and get in any Shriner's orchestra in this whole country.
Okay, let's
Did you hear about one Shriner said to the other one, I don't recognize your name, but the fez is familiar? See, they wear fezzes on their head. Golly. Sorry, Bob.
Okay,
I met somebody recently who said, you know, Percy, you've got to get better jokes. I said, if I do, it'll ruin the show. Because the worse the jokes, the better the cooking looks. You get the, what am I supposed to do with this? Wing it at you? Or drop it into a pot?
You're getting me confused here.
Of course I got you confused. That's my aim.
Putting a little bit in there
Okay.
and a little bit in there.
What am I going to do with this potato?
Put it in the pot for now.
There you go. You want me to cut it up or just leave it like that?
We'll cut it up later.
Okay. This one isn't as parboiled as the other one.
That's good.
Well, listen, I know that you're having a good time because we sure as dickens are, but while we continue with this hot sour prawn soup and a special chowder, I know you have other things to do, so why don't you go do them and we'll come back in a minute.
Okie dokie.
Lee's Leftovers, presented by Done Right Foods, the finest label for your table.
I got an
Okay.
itchy nose. Okay, we're making two kinds of soup here. One's a fish soup.
And one is prawns and scallops. And,
That's the fish soup.
and I got the green onions and the portobello mushrooms in there.
You bet you
And now
do.
I'm putting the lime leaves in there.
You got scallops in there?
Yep.
You got prawns in there?
Yep.
Okay. You
And
got
I got-
scotch in there?
Nope. And I got the lime.
Remember Hudson and Landry, the Ajax liquor store?
Comes the limes.
You must be drinking a lot. No, just trying to get up the nerve to go to confession. Remember that line? Anyway. How am I doing on the potatoes
I just
here?
realized I'm bending over the garbage bag. Real good
Is that why you're
television.
standing like that?
Yeah.
I had my questions, but I didn't want to bring it up. I mean, I don't know about your personal habits,
You know, there are
but when I
times-
see a guy standing over like this, I'm just a little curious
All right.
as to what's bothering him, you know?
The ginger is in there.
The ginger, or
The
the
lime leaves
galaganga,
are in
you
there.
mean. Okay.
And of course, you can't cook with anything but garlic. So it
Of
goes in
course
garlic. Okay.
Or as it's known in the Far East, garlic. What are you doing? Shaking that up, eh?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna
Shake
slice.
it up, baby.
Let's slice this mushroom.
Twist and shout.
This is a
Who did that
tomato.
song? First.
Who what?
Who did that song first?
What song?
Twist and shout.
Twist Isley Brothers.
I mean, very good. Name the Isley brothers.
Harvey and Joe.
No, you're wrong. Ronald and Donald and two others. I've
Okay.
forgotten their name. Maxine, Patty, and Laverne, I believe.
Little chicken stock.
Chicken stock.
Powdered chicken stock.
Powdered chicken
A
stock.
little bit of water.
Okay.
How much water? He asked.
Put in the whole thing. See what happens.
We need 1 quart.
A quart.
We're making soup.
We got the metric system going here. You need a liter.
Okay.
Take me to your liter. I'll
see
have
your
a
ladder
quart
later.
later.
Okay. We got this hot sour soup working good.
Yes, you do.
The lime leaves and the ginger, the tomatoes, the portobello.
Yes.
Now a little bit of cilantro. Did you
Well,
want
I like cilantro.
Okay.
Cilantro's my
Mexican
favorite.
parsley.
Mexican?
You get it
I
this
thought
way.
you got it from Thailand.
It's actually called coriander too, you know.
Where?
Cilantro.
Where is it
I'm
called
not going to bother
coriander?
explaining this. Okay. These are straw mushrooms.
Straw mushrooms.
Yep.
Ooh, lots of
Very,
mushrooms
very
in this
Chinese.
dish.
Very Chinese.
Okay. This is a Chinese.
Southeast Asian, Chinese, Thai are very famous for that. Are you about finished those yet?
Yes, I am. This is
Let's
the
put
last
this in
one.
there then.
I'm working on the last one here, Lee.
Okay.
I'll have this little rascal done before you can say Jack's your uncle.
Check your uncle.
Oh, I didn't get it done. You said
Okay.
it too fast.
I said it too quickly, did I?
Say Jack's
With the fish
your
chowder, I'm
uncle.
putting in
There
the
it's done.
tomatoes.
Fish chowder.
There we go.
What's in here?
It's
Besides
tomatoes
my
and
potatoes. Tomatoes and potatoes.
Yep. Okay, now this is called.
Is this going to be sort of a Manhattan chowder? Because Manhattan chowder has tomatoes in it.
You know what this is?
Want me to smack up these tomatoes a little?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to put them on
Here,
net?
you do that. Put it up there and you stir. How's that?
Have you got a towel I can wash my hands with? Oh, yeah, you do.
How can I cook and talk to you at the same time?
I don't
Okay,
know, Lee.
this is tamarind, and tamarind is. I don't. Have you ever? We've been to Southeast Asia, so you remember the tamarind trees with these long kind of nuts on them?
Let me be brief. No.
Okay. This
Oh,
will-
wait a minute. Is
This
that
will
the one
dis-
with the German tourists?
This will dissolve. The German tourist.
I think you got the wrong stove. You got this one on. You don't want that one. You want this one over here.
It's on. They're both on.
All right, we'll turn this one off. Oh, it is off. Oh, okay.
Okay. So that's.
No, wait a minute.
That's got to simmer now.
This one's got to come off.
yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay.
And I need some fish stock.
Well, then go get some.
And this is called in Thai Nuk Man Nin. It's seafood fish sauce. And
Beg
boy,
pardon?
it's very pungent, so be very careful. 1/4 cup, that's all you need.
You don't ever let me have it. How can I be careful?
You need some hot chili sauce in there now.
Oh, this is the hot sour
Let's
soup.
fire her up a little bit,
Okay.
because I know you like that.
Yeah,
and then I
uh-huh.
got the beloved jalapeno. You never did answer my question about the tamarind.
No, I don't. I did answer it. I said no. I don't remember the tree with the long nuts hanging off it called the tamarind tree.
Okay.
Are those tamarind nuts
No.
that you have there?
This is jalapenos here.
Well, I know, but did you have tamarind nuts there?
Yeah, so kind of like a paste. You buy them in specialty shops. Oops. There's a few seeds flying all over the place.
What are you giggling
I
about,
got
Lee?
seeds in my hand.
Okay. You know what I think I'm making here
I hope you know, but you're
is
making.
a sort of a tomato potato.
Are you getting? No, don't mash it all together like that.
Well, you didn't tell me not to.
Because I haven't got the milk in there yet.
Okay.
let's
Well,
go. There
what do you
goes-
want me to do
There
then?
goes the milk. Now I want you to mix it. And I want to put a little bit of white wine in there.
Give me that. I need it.
Dry white wine. Okay.
That's not a white. That's a rose.
Okay, get it rolling.
I have. I've been. Okay. This is the chowder, right? Okay. So you got a hot sour prawn soup
Right?
with scallops,
Right.
and you got a chowder with what's in here? Whitefish,
There's
potatoes, tomatoes,
whitefish,
white wine.
potatoes, milk. Okay. Now these are jalapenos. Oh, this is gonna be.
Jalapeno peppers.
This will fire your heart.
This is going to be great, is it?
Oh.
Can I start mashing this stuff now?
Nope, mash it. Just let it settle down. See,
well, why don't you settle
You
down?
don't want to break up the fish too much.
No, I don't want to break up a fish. Boy, if there's a romance going on
You've done a
between
lot
a
of
couple
things,
of
but
white
you've never
fish.
broken up a
Let me
fish.
just leave it like that.
Okay, that's pretty well what the ingredients.
All right, so
in the
we'll
hot
take
sour.
a little break and
Now
come
this
back and see how it comes together.
Goes really good with egg rolls.
Well, where's the egg rolls?
Forgot them.
You're a piece of work.
Lee's Leftovers, presented by Done Right Foods, a supplier of portion control poultry since 1945.
All right, 2 kinds of soup. One, a hot, sour prawn scallop soup. And the other is a kind of a fishy chowder, huh?
It's a chowder that, again, is full of nice fish flavor from our Manitoba lakes of Whitefish. And excellent serve. Got some crackers for it as well.
Can we take a look, or do we got to wait?
Yeah, let's take a look at the...
which one do you want to look at first?
The one you worked on.
The one I worked on is the fish chowder. Whoa, look at that rascal.
Isn't that great? You see, now there's your tomatoes.
Yes.
They'll break down a little bit. From
And the
can.
potatoes that I did.
Yeah, and your fish, of course, is into a nice...
It broke up, though. I'm sorry.
Well, if you get a chunkier, I think that would be preferable, and it looks good. But this looks good just as well. We'll
Yes, it does.
we'll decorate it up very nicely. I'm sure Debbie has some special plans for it.
Okay.
Okay. We'll take
So that's one.
okay.
Gosh, you're good, eh?
And there's a little bit of salt I added to that, by the way. But if your diet says no salt, and I used milk, I didn't use cream. A lot of people will use cream.
Oh, they should be.
Now here
I can only give you the one. Just the one. That's all I want.
Now this is the hot sour soup. I've added juniper berries to it.
Where did you get them?
I had to go seek. You can find them, but
Yeah, of course you can.
Usually
Off
a
a
spice
juniper
shop.
tree.
They make
Right around the tamarind tree.
It's you can drink good martinis with these because that's
Well,
the basic.
let's have a couple of those. Maybe
good
the
gin,
soup
you
will
see.
taste a
little
better.
junipers.
Made myself laugh.
And,
Little juniper berry, eh?
But you can buy like that. This was about 60 cents.
Ha!
But they're really
Cheap
good
at twice the
for
price.
sauerkraut and things like that too. It's great. It enhances. It gives it a gin flavor to it. Now in here we've got.
I know another way to do it. Put gin in there.
Okay, we've got the mushrooms here,
Yes.
and we've got the fish.
Yes.
The scallops.
The
And
scallops
shrimp,
and prawns.
and we've got the straw mushrooms.
Yep.
And I've also added thyme, and I've added some spice. No, thyme and black pepper, just a touch of it.
Oh,
And there's some bouquet garni.
I thought you put vinegar in hot sour soup.
I'm just going to put a touch of bouquet garni in it. It's a very spicy combination of different spices.
Okay.
The tamarind,
Yep.
and of course I'm going to add a little bit of parsley.
Okay.
That's it.
Now I believe I mentioned this earlier, that you put vinegar into hot sour soup.
No, you see, what's making it sour is the tamarind.
Aha!
Okay.
How foolish of me not to have known
Yes.
that.
Now I'm going to give you a little bowl of this.
That's a cup. That's not a bowl.
Well, it's a little cup. It's a sample cup.
Okay.
Okay. Now again, there's a chili powder and a chili hot sauce.
You're going to try and kill me with this, aren't you?
Oh, hey,
You're going to try. No. I know you devil. You're going to try and
A
kill
little bit
me.
of salt, and of course it has the tomato and the lime. You can taste the lime. And
Whoa!
You should be able to taste the lemongrass.
Whoa! That's great.
Isn't that good?
How did you do that? You
did
don't
I-
know how to do that. You did it. Where'd you
Do
get
what?
that recipe?
You just watched me do it. So
The
did
lime adds a lot to
millions
it.
of others saw it too, I might add. Okay, I'm going to turn it down
Oh, you have to try this
because you don't want to overcook the fish because the scallops and the shrimp will just turn into little hard
everything
rocks.
bad I've ever said about you, I take back. You serve a
I'll
wine
take
with
a
this
whole show.
because it is a little sharp in the back of the throat.
You want some wine?
Off the talent. Pal, what would you recommend?
Well, this Kawara is an Australian white Grenache.
It looks pink. This is
It's got a little
terrific.
pink flavor to it, but this might just sort of help your throat along. I know you had a bad cold.
I actually like hot sour soup a lot.
Try that with
and
that.
I've never had
Okay,
one like that.
You've got to try this little bit of sweetness of that wine with the sourness of the soup.
The sweetness of the wine with the sourness of the soup.
Yeah. And I love spring egg rolls. Spring egg rolls with this. And it's good for a hot winter night. And anybody can make
Wait a minute. Cold winter night.
cold winter night. Hot
Yes.
winter night if you're in front of the fireplace. All right,
Over here in Florida.
a cold winter night. But
Yes, sirree, Bob. It's a great soup for a hot winter night.
I learned that recipe from the Oriental Hotel in Bangkok.
I'll bet I knew what you were doing in the Oriental Hotel in Bangkok. It was a hot winter night, and you needed some soup.
I was making soup.
You're a piece of work. You do me a
But,
this is great. This is really good. Do I get to try that one too?
You got another bowl?
I don't know.
I'm not going to serve this.
Well,
I can't
there's
put that
lots of
back in.
ingredients to these two soups. Do you recommend them the same night, or are they just you just did two
I
different-
just did two because we needed a lot of time to fill up the show.
Okay.
And also
so
I need-
one night, one another night.
Right. You want the chowder, sir, a good night.
Done.
And you've got fish you want to use, whitefish preferable.
Yep.
And of course, here are the scallops.
Well, let me shake that hand because you've been great once again,
Okay.
and we'll come back and tell you a little more about it in a little more.
Finish your soup.
This is really
You like
good.
that?
Yeah, it really is.
So you don't need.
Lee's Leftovers, presented by Done Right Foods, the aristocrat of all chickens.
Well, we got a couple of soups for a cold winter's night here. First of all, the hot sour prawn, and now then, leave us look at the chowder. This is a pretty darn nice looking soup too.
Yeah, the chowder is again whitefish from our native waters. We have the hot prawn soup as well. You can use scallops. You can use again local fish. I don't always stick to sea type fish. I like sometimes to go to our local product to make a good fish soup.
Something out of somebody's aquarium, for instance. Got a couple of them tetras or opas. One of them goldfish.
In your case, a
Fling
piranha.
them in. A little scallion will add the color.
But you could serve this individually. I mean, you don't have to have a 4-course dinner to serve this. Just have the folks over and have a nice soup night.
Well, I'm going to take a shot of this, see how it is.
You could actually do 2 if you're on a ski trip. Say you like going into the mountains and shushing.
Well, if you're in shooting in the mountains, who's making the soup?
Why do you have
This
to
is
eat and
delicious.
talk at the same time? You just
Because-
can't keep your mouth away from that stuff, can you?
It's that's really good.
Here's a combination then of the hot sour
Yep.
and nice and steamy, right? Nice and warm inside and outside. Thai.
And no vinegar. I'm really
no vinegar.
surprised.
Tamarind makes it that way.
Makes it
you
hot.
can use you can use limes.
Yep.
You don't have to use kaffir lime leaves.
Nope.
Although that gives it a unique flavor as well.
Of course it does.
Lemongrass, if you buy the dried lemongrass, by all means soak it overnight. Because
Yeah.
you don't want to get caught in your throat.
Especially when you smoke it.
And then you've got the nice crackers and
thought.
certainly the parsley and again that tamarind. You can buy tamarind powder. You can use that. You can buy packaged tamarind soup. You could use that as an additive. And you can buy the tamarind that we did in Chinese markets.
Which is?
It's fresh. Well, it's
Like a paste.
preserved paste tamarind. It gives it the sour flavor that you're looking for.
Well, 2 totally different soups, and they're both really good. I really like them.
And using nice wine.
Which wine do you recommend?
I had that Australian wine, which is very nice.
All right, what is that one?
That is, if I sneak behind it, Kawara.
Kawawa?
Yeah, a white Grenache. Kawara. And
Your gums are flapping, but you're not saying anything. So there's a couple of soups for a hot summer's night, or a cold winter's night, or whatever the heck you want.
And the beauty of soup, you can have more than one bowl.
Ho ho! Give me that.
Yeah.
Excellent stuff. I'll just finish off. Thank you.
Food Fair's 2 grumpy guys in the kitchen has been brought to you by Food Fair. Expect the best from Food Fair. And by Done Right Foods, the finest label for your table. The Grumpy Guys Kitchen, provided by Kitchens Plus. Complete planning and installation of kitchens and bathrooms. Special thanks to the Bay Downtown for all appliances, utensils, place settings, and set decoration. Promotional consideration thanks to KY58, Good Time Oldies Nighttime Sports. Winnipeg Blueprinting Service Limited. From small to large format, color, or black and white reproduction. This has been a Grumpy Guys production.